Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings to all. How are you doing, all? It has been a while that I've been online on YouTube, and I'm greeting everybody as you are watching me, as you come across my YouTube. I want to advise you, I want to encourage you to stop and watch my YouTube channel. My messages to all brothers and sisters across the globe, most especially African ladies, African men, African old men and old women. My message goes also to the youth and everybody who is listening to me. I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want you to also thumbprint for like. If you don't like it, you can also thumbprint down dislike. Today I have a nice message also. You know, always any message that you bring out, you title it for according to the way you analyze it, and it is a good message. For you, it's a good message. It might be a very useless message to someone else, but it might also be a reasonable message to somebody else. So today, you who are listening to me, I urge you to pay attention, and anything I said, you can also record it down. If you have any idea, you can share with me by commenting on my YouTube channel. My name is John Kunu on YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Today I have a message. I titled it The Judgment Day. The Judgment Day. You know, many times we have been reading Bible have told us much about Judgment Day. We have heard it 1,000 times of Judgment Day. And what is Judgment Day? Today I want to teach the way I understand the Judgment Day. If the way you understand, who are listening to me, you can also share with me your mind, the way you understood it about the Judgment Day. You also tell me your mind. So let's go to the book of, we will learn Bible. We will all learn Bible. We know Judgment Day from Bible, and we learn the Bible we learn the same message also from the Bible. In 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17, what did he say there? He said, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end of them that obey not the gospel of God? The judgment. This is the Judgment Day. Some people will say, hey, judge not. The Bible says, judge not. Judge not, only God. Give everything to God. My brother, you have right to judge. As I'm teaching you, pay attention to me. I want to tell you, you have right to judge. My fellow brother, my fellow sister, our pastors, they teach us, although, but they don't allow us to ask questions. Some people have some wrong misunderstanding in the Bible of the particular day you, the pastor, the message you give. Some people, something is bothering them. They're supposed to raise their hand and say, please, pastor, I have some question. Pastor, they don't give them to your question because the Lord says. Because the Lord says. Because the Lord says. So there is no any time of questioning. Some pastors, they say if you want to ask question, you need to come and see him. Because as soon as you raise your hand, you want to ask question, you are causing distraction among the people. And whilst we call it the house of God, why wouldn't I ask question? The time of Jesus Christ, don't you see from the Bible, if all these things is truly Jesus Christ, many people asked him question during his teaching. He don't sit down and talk to them finish. He say, let's rise up and go to Jerusalem, or let us rise up and go to Bethlehem. They ask him questions. Why wouldn't our pastor allow the people to ask questions? Someone will tell you it's only in the Bible class that you can ask questions. Only in the Bible class. But during preaching, but the message that comes from Bible class is different from the message that the topic that the pastor preaches. Therefore, if something is bothering the person, even if you read the Bible, he wanted to ask question, no way for him. So now YouTube is a channel for somebody. God granted somebody wisdom to produce a kind of channel for the whole globe, globally, free of charge. So long as you are using internet or network, is free. You can make all your program. This is where we can also say our mind to people. And whatever I say from the Bible is clear, that you can also go through it and read it. So we want to talk about Judgment Day. As I've read it to you now, Paul, here is Peter wrote this message. He made us to know that the judgment have already begun in the churches. What does it mean by a judgment? When your fellow brother or a sister does you something that you are against it, or you disagree with it, it can bring quarrel, it can bring fighting. Lastly, it can even bring killings from each other, because you are condemning the fellow brother what he did. But if the fellow brother had accepted his judgment, that what you are telling him is right, he is guilty, forgive him, then you have right also to forgive him. You have right to forgive him. So I want to tell you, my fellow brothers, judgment has already begun long time ago. It is not the judgment that as we think. So here in the book of John, chapter 7, verse 24, Jesus Christ said it himself. From the mouth of Jesus Christ, he said, John 7:24, I said it again, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. Judge your fellow friend not according to the appearance, but you should judge according to righteous judgment. So my brothers, you have right to judge. Don't say, pastor said we should give all to God. In the judgment day, everybody shall give himself account. Judgment is already in this world. That's the reason why we have law court. That's the reason why we have law court. Let us not deceive ourselves. If you offend someone and the person sue you to court, what does it mean? He has sued you for judgment. And the courts will also make invitation of your lawsuit in the court. They will give you a date, and so time you should appear before court. And if that one too you refuse to appear, you'll be charged more because you refuse to appear, meaning you are guilty of that case the fellow brother or fellow sister sue you. Number one, that case has been sentenced. And number two, you pay the court penalty. You are going to pay the court penalty. My brother, if it's $1,000 you will pay for court penalty, you pay that one, and the guilty of that offense, depending on the offense, depending on the kind of offense, they will give you the article. Like example, it's an offense of committing crime, you might be sentenced 10 years in prison. That is your judgment. And before you come, you just think about it. If you are 40 years or 50 years, 10 years before you come back from prison, your life is no more worthy. You are no more counted among the society, because you are like dead body that come back to life. You are no longer counted among the society. Or if you thief money and the person found that you are the one who thief it, you claim you are not guilty, he knows that you are the one who thief it, and finally they sue you, they can also charge you. Say you are to pay, let me say $10,000, or you are going to labor for 5 years to pay the bill. So all your labor, and your friend knows that you are earning 1,500 monthly. Even if you lose the job and government will be giving you some small money for pocket, so long as court have charged you to pay 500 monthly to the owner, you are going to pay it for 5 years. This is the judgment. There are so many types of judgment on the law court. Likewise, in the Bible too, there are so many types of judgment. That's why John chapter 7, verse 24, it says, do not judge a person by his appearance, but you should judge righteous judgment. Righteous judgment. If your brother in the church has offended you and you don't want to explode him, you don't want to expose him, you can call him and tell him, this thing you did, I'm afraid you are going to pay for it. This thing you spoil, you are going to pay for it. If you don't pay for it, I'll report you. I will report you, or I will expose you. Then the person will maybe apologize and beg you that, please, have mercy on me, or I beg your pardon, I will come and see you. Then you come and see you, you discuss about it, then case will bygone. You understand me? Let's look another chapter in the book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 23. 24, 23. It said, these things also belong to the wise. These things also belong to the wise. If you're a wise man, listen to me now. These things belong to the wise. It is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. In judgment. Some pastors will be deceiving us that the day of judgment, God will judge everybody according to what you did. My brother, my sister, I am telling you, judgment has already begun right now. It has already begun long time ago. Long time ago. I give you an example of the long time ago of judgment. The time of Noah, according to the Bible. The days of Noah. It was a judgment for them. It is not God who judged them. It is by their own crimes. And according to the Bible, say God bring out floods. Okay, the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, God used fire also to destroy them. And also, what do you call it? The days of Israelites, they fought in Egypt, Amalekites, with so many tribes, they fought against each other many times. Amalekites, Gigasite, Jebusite, name them. Benjaminitines, a lot of the family, they have been fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting to today. All is judgment. All is judgment upon judgment. And in our time, here, Solomon, the one who wrote Proverbs, he said, judge not. He said, it is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. So I want to tell you, if you're a Christian brother, you're a Christian sister, and someone have offended you, it is through an offenses or through misunderstanding that comes always judgment. Yes, it is through misunderstanding or through sort of quarrel or such of bad habits, such of owing one another, some apologize. Yeah, when we lack respect for each other, or we have trouble from one way or the other, and misunderstanding is always not understanding is not working. Always there's misunderstanding. How to settle is how to be in judgment. So we should not respect persons in judgment. My brothers, if you are listening to me now, I urge you that you should subscribe it. So anytime I have some messages like that, you will have it automatically. So guys, we continue to, now we go to Old Testament. It's not only New Testament I want to tell you about judgment, but New Testament had made us to know clear. It is clear that no pastor can come and tell me, give everything to God. Brother, give everything to God in the judgment day. No. If that problem have to solve right now, we have to solve that problem. It is not the judgment day. There's no judgment day anywhere. My brothers and my sisters, there's no judgment day. Judgment has already begun right now as we are talking. It has already begun long time ago. There's no judgment. In my country, we have a songwriter. He said, if you do good, you do for yourself. If you do bad, you do for yourself. So out of the goodness you did, you get the reward of a goodness. Out of the badness you did, you get the badness result. Even the badness result, you get it right here on this earth. Let me give you example of which example I should give, Seth? Let me give you example of some Africans who traveled to Malaysia. They traveled to Malaysia and they went to find a good pasture for their life. And all of a sudden, they arrested them for drug abuse. And in Malaysia, they make a law that anyone who is being arrested in the drug abuse, they will put tie on you. You will be sentenced to fire. They will put you in fire. They will burn you to ashes. That is the law. The law permits to do that. So when they arrested these people, they interviewed them. I had a big video before. They interviewed these people. They asked them, why do you come from your country coming to sell drug here in Malaysia? They start begging. It's their parents who send them away to go and look for greener pastures so that they can help them who are far back home. He said, but is that how you have to come and sell drugs in our country? Do you know the Lord forbids that when you are arrested, drug abuse, you'll be sentenced to death? They say, we don't know. Sir, forgive us. Sir, forgive us. The man said, no. They cannot forgive you. It is in the law. They will burn you people to ashes. They will put tire on you and burn you to ashes. That is their final judgment. There's no judgment anywhere for him. It's concluded. Even Bible gives some code word that everything that is bound on this earth, it is bound in heaven. We will talk about heaven also on another message. Everything that is bound on this earth, it is bound in heaven. So, they burn these guys to ashes. Their judgment is gone. So, beloved, as we continue Jeremiah in the book of Jeremiah chapter 48 verse 21, he said, and judgment is come upon the plain country, upon Holon, Holon is a tribe, upon Jahaza, upon Mephat, and upon Dibon, and upon Nebo, and upon Bet-Dibetan, and upon Kiritam, and upon so on and so on and so on. Judgment came upon them also. So, beloved, I don't want my message to be so long. I want to give a last chapter before I close. Let's go to Exodus chapter 9, verse 13. And the Lord said unto Moses, rise up early morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him, thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, let my people go, that they may serve me. God is giving a judgment to Moses. He should go and tell Pharaoh, let my people go, that they may serve me. My brothers and sisters, I want to tell you, judgment has already begun. As some people will be thinking that the judgment day, I want to tell you it has already begun. So let us make our minds well. If you have a zeal of forgiving your brother who has offended you, you forgive him. If you don't want to forgive him and want to deal with him according to law, you bring him before you, or so before some of brothers, you talk to him, and some of the brothers, if they have anything to advise him, they advise him. If not, you sue him according to the law. But if you want to forget it too, you forget it completely. This is how to understand judgment. If you want to forgive, you forgive completely. If you want to forget it, you forget it completely. If you want to sue him, you sue him according to the law. If you want to bring him before the brethren so that they will advise him, they do the same thing. So that if he has the heart of apologizing, he apologizes. If he's still insisting that he will continue to do what he do, then you deal with him according to the law, so that things will be orderly. Thank you very much. I wish you a nice day. Whoever is watching me, may God bless you and have a nice day. Bye.